When preparing this sermon, I'll be honest, I struggled. I don't talk about God often, and while it's a sermon, God kind of needs to be brought up at least once. So here's my best shot. When we look at the Bible, we hear one thing repeated over and over and over. Love thy neighbor. But I don't know about you, it's kind of hard to love thy neighbor when it's the 6-foot idiot from math class who drives the teacher up a wall, or that coworker who just always seems to have it out for you. It's hard to love the neighbor that's different than you, the neighbor that disagrees with you, the neighbor who has never once said a kind word to you. But God encourages us to love them anyways. Why? It'd be so much easier for us to say good riddance and not love them. Why is it our duty? Love, my friends, is the cornerstone of any community, and we, as Christians, are encouraged to build community around us. I want to tell you a story of someone who has exemplified what that kind of unconditional love looks like for me. A couple years back, I met this girl in my freshman English class. We kind of disconnected over the summer and for the next year, but when we reached junior year, we had French together. And towards the end of the year, I got really sick. The first person to text me when this happened was her. I got a text that went along the lines of, "Hey, I noticed you weren't in class and haven't been for a while. Are you doing okay?" That one question sparked the best friendship I have ever known. Kate exemplifies love because she is love. Whether it's checking in on me in a bad day or asking if I'd just like to tag along, Kate has always accepted me to come as I am, just like we as Christians are encouraged to do. When God encourages us to love our neighbor, he is simply encouraging us to act with humanity towards those around us, even when they do not show us that same humanity. Now, it's not to say that that's not a challenge, but as you leave here today, I encourage you to frame your thinking through the one thing my mom has always told me: treat others the way you wish to be treated. It can be so hard to love everyone, but love doesn't need to be a big, grand gesture. Love could be giving someone who's having a bad day grace. Love could be smiling at that stranger on the street. Love could look like holding open a door. Love is simply an action you choose each and every day. So I leave you with a challenge. Remember your Christian roots this week. Remember to love that person that makes it difficult. Take time to love yourself, and above all, give grace.
Good morning, everyone. Some of you may know or recognize me, but for those who don't, my name is Seema Borgmann. My parents are Russell and Andrea Borgmann, and I have a younger brother, Sennett. I am a senior at Seema High School in Bellevue this year. I was asked by Father Edmund about a month ago if I would be willing to give the sermon today for Senior Recognition Sunday. And of course, the only possible answer was yes, as I've been part of our community ever since I was a baby. My journey of growth through St. Thomas starts from before I can remember to now, my senior year of high school. St. Thomas has always been a very loving and accepting community. Growing up here, I have met people who I will be friends with for the rest of my life. Recently, admittedly, I haven't been to a service in quite some time. However, I am an active member of the St. Thomas High School Youth Group. My fondest memories through my time at St. Thomas have been the memories and friends I've made along the way. The gospel story of the day talks about how, when we follow Jesus, we become part of a new, chosen family. Here at St. Thomas, I couldn't have said anything that could have described my journey truer. From going to youth retreats and almost breaking my toe, sorry to Ashley, who was our youth director at the time, but I'm really glad you didn't have to fill out any paperwork, to our bi-weekly youth group meetings and dinners. Although Ashley is no longer here, I would like to thank her for how amazing she was. She was a phenomenal youth leader. All the kids loved her, and she really helped me find my way and path in the church community and always encouraged us to be ourselves. I've come to realize that I will always have a community here. Even during times such as COVID, the whole world seemed to stop, but I still talked with my friends from youth group and attended the online Zoom youth group meetings. During these past 4 years of high school, I've had many opportunities to strengthen my faith and see how God and religion support me through life. Whether it's something as simple as saying a prayer to bless your food before you eat, to praying for strength in the community and for those around you who are suffering from the loss of a loved one. Earlier this year, I lost one of my old elementary school friends, Per Christian Cho. He was a kind-hearted, easygoing, and lovely guy to be around. Although I didn't stay in touch with him as closely as I now wish I had, it did end up uniting me with a lost community and strengthening my relationship with faith. Learning to lean on others and my faith for support during times of grief has been an important and useful lesson. Realizing that having faith and connecting with those who share the same beliefs can help strengthen your own and help yourself and others heal together. Not only have I had the opportunity to find my own community, but I've also had the opportunity to reach out and help serve my community. Volunteering to make meals and feed the homeless, packing lunches for students, among other projects, are just some of the ways I've touched the community through our youth group here. Next year for college, I'll be attending Central Washington University to major in paramedicine. My goal is to be a career firefighter after college. Through a high school fire and EMS class I'm taking, I've learned that having something you believe in and being able to find that strength and belief, whether religious beliefs or something else, is very useful. Firefighting is a very community service-based job. Being with people on what could, and is most likely the worst day of their lives, being able to share my own strength or lean on my religion for support will always be something I can rely on when one call is a little too bad or too hard to deal with alone. Even though firefighting can have its more traumatizing days, I know at the end of the day that it's the job I want to do, and that God has a plan for me to be someone that people can rely on to help them when they are at their lowest. Ultimately, as I close this chapter of my life and open a new one, I will always look back on my memories and time here at St. Thomas with a fond heart and growing faith. With that, I hope you all have a wonderful summer, and thank you so much.